What's up guys, Ironius here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing my new Dragonheart 10 team that I just made, and it's a lot faster than it was before. I'm super excited. It's under 1 minute. I think the longest time it is about 1 minute and 5 seconds, but typically it ranges between 45 seconds and a minute. So super fast now, and it's with the brand new champion STALTUS that I just acquired. And I do have a 1-star blessing on him. And I do recommend putting Brimstone on him. Of course, if you're using him for PvE, especially for Dragon. And that's why I'm using my STALTUS. I already have plenty of damage dealers that are defense based for Arena and Live Arena. But like I have Ragash. Obviously, STALTUS is a little bit stronger in Live Arena, in my opinion, because of his self-buffing ability and mechanic. But this guy is just super strong. He essentially, whenever an enemy attempts to place a weaken debuff, a decreased defense debuff, or a poison on this champion, it reflects it back onto the attacker, and the damage increases by 5% for each debuff on the target. So I didn't build him for damage, I built him for survivability. You can't really build him for damage for Dragon, you have to build him for survivability. And so I don't have any books in him at all, just a 1-star blessing. And I will say the gear that I utilized on these champions is pretty stat heavy. But I'm going to go into Dragon first, and then we'll showcase the run, and then we'll go back and I'll showcase to you all the champions I utilize, the gear and everything. So this is stage 10 of hard mode Dragon. Here's my team. I have Newt in the lead, who also comes with a 80 accuracy in all dungeons here. So it does help everybody else, especially STALTUS. I don't think he needs the accuracy though to land the debuffs, because I took Newt out of the lead and he was still reflecting debuffs back onto the boss. So I don't believe that you need the 300 accuracy. So I have him at about, I think, 150 or 200 accuracy. It's just not needed. But for the waves, you're going to want about 200 to 230 accuracy. So for the waves, it's very important in case you can't kill wave 2. Because if wave 2 comes back and kills your allies, then that's a problem, right? Then you won't be able to survive potentially as a solo target against the boss. Of course, he could fully survive against the boss by himself if he has over like 110,000 HP and 4K defense, which is extremely difficult to get, and he has to be in regen gear for that. But duoing, and then once everybody dies off, he can solo the boss with like 50% health left. If not, then he'll end up dying. Also, you want to kind of think about putting a decreased attack on the boss. That's why I put Newt. You could also put someone else in here in the lead, like a Mithrala, who could play strengthens and shields, and you can duo the boss with these two. That's also extremely fast team. I think it's like 50 seconds or 60 seconds, something like that. I've seen that team before, but I prefer to put Newt in for the waves as well as the boss. And then, of course, Seer and Renegade. I don't have Kymar, so Seer is level 50. Doesn't really matter what level she is as long as you have the right speeds on her to reset your team. So for my team preset, here we go. We've got Newt leading off with Fury of the King. So that is the decreased attack and weaken. Places a counterattack on himself, which adds a buff for Seer to strip off, which does more damage with the more buffs that she strips. And then same thing on round 2. And then on round 3, I actually lead off with Blessed Bash, which is the enemy max HP ability. And then I go with the decreased attack right afterwards. And as you can see, the boss is void, so he will land that decreased attack no problem. He is at 246 speed here. So STALTUS, he's going to be doing pretty much nothing on the first round because Seer is just going to kill them. But on the second round, STALTUS is going to lead off with a stun. God forbid one of those champions takes a turn, especially the Dragon dude. He ends up placing poisons and he keeps on attacking your team if they get poisons on yourself. So that doesn't happen to me because I'm speed tuned and I'm pretty good with CCing them because of STALTUS. But if it does happen, then it kind of messes up your run. So I think it's Chagor that the name is. So I do lead off with the A2 if he happens to get that off, but if not, Seer's just going to strip them and kill them. And then for round 3, I just lead off with the decreased crit damage and increased defense on himself so that it gives him survivability against the boss. And I put this as a priority. It is on a 5-turn cooldown, but if you do happen to book him out, then it goes down to a 4-turn cooldown. Now, he's very fast as well. I make Renegade the fastest, so she resets everybody in round 2. If she can get a reset again, awesome, but if not, no big deal. Seer is going to go with the Karma Burn, and then Karma Burn. That's all we want Seer for. And then Lydia we want for the Siren's Wail, and then on the last one, Nullification for poison sensitivity, which does more damage for poisons against the boss. And then the decreased defense, as well as adding a strengthen and increased speed on your team. So yeah, she's the second fastest on the team. So let's go into the battle. Let's showcase this to you real quick. I will go ahead and utilize some gems for this for you. Here we go. I am free to play 100%, by the way. I just been playing for so long, almost 5 years now. Up in November will be 5 years. So, you know, I've got really good champions and really good gear at this point. So if you don't have really good gear, this team's not going to be for you, or if you don't have the champions, that is. Now, if you don't have Seer, you could replace her. I mean, if you use Siegfried, he just absolutely decimates the waves anyways. This is the first time I've seen it where she doesn't kill this guy, because it looks like Lydia did not land the decreased defense. So this is actually going to be a minute, maybe the longest run I've ever seen. Of course, it's during the video where you actually see a long run, because we couldn't land decreased defense on a 3%. That's just how it goes. And then we didn't land the poison sensitivity. I don't know what's happening right now, but yeah, this is the first time this has happened. So let's see if we can still kill him in under a minute and 10 seconds. I think that's the longest time I've ever had. It actually might be longer than a minute and 10 seconds. Yeah, of course, it always happens when I'm recording where it goes longer than the time that I've been running the entire time. I've been testing this the whole time before putting this on video. And of course, it does this. So now that he's the last one alive, he should be able to take enough turns to kill the boss, no problem, and survive. So it's a minute and 22 seconds. Nope, minute 21. That's the longest time I've ever seen. I'm going to run that one more time just because that's kind of crazy. Extremely unlucky against the waves. So yeah, the waves are what slows you down for sure. We got decreased defense and weaken on everybody on this one. Boom, Karma Burn wipes them out. Hopefully we can get it again here. Decreased defense and weaken on everybody. So this should be a 45 to 50 second run. We got to the boss in under 17 seconds. So yeah, this should definitely be a run that's good. And we placed a decreased crit damage, which is helpful in case the boss does a smack, or if he does a crit on our team. There's the decreased defense and weaken again. The boss should kill everybody here in a second. Yep, there we go. And now it's just us and the boss. And of course, Newt does slow the run down a little bit, but you kind of have to land the decreased attack or else the boss is going to hit way too hard. So this will be a 50-second run. Okay. And there you go, 50 seconds. So our fastest time was 46 seconds with this same team. And let's run it one more time for you just to show you that it is very consistent. I've not died with this team yet, but I mean, who knows? We could die once. I've never died with this team in over 15, 20 runs now. So, okay, we landed the decreased defense. Will we be able to kill her with Seer? Yes, we were. We got to the boss in under 17 seconds, which means it should be a 50-second or less run. We didn't land the poison sensitivity, so it might be 55 seconds. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Now, another thing I could do to tune this to make it even faster would be to try to make it so that Newt dies because he's so tanky. But because we want Newt to die earlier to make the run even faster. But I'll have to think of something to make him die faster, or maybe potentially put in a different champion. It is a 52-second run, so yeah, because of the poison sensitivity not landing. Yeah, so it's all based on RNG here. You got to be careful with the poison sensitivities and the decreased defense, the weakens. But again, it is a very fast run. It's super consistent. It's 100% right now for me. I haven't died yet, so we'll take it, right? So let's go ahead and showcase to you guys the champions and the gear. All right, so first champion we've got is Newt. So Newt, he's at 234 speed. Of course, with the Dragon's Lair area bonus, he's going to be 246 speed. A little bit more accuracy. I mean, he only needs 350 accuracy. He doesn't need 400. It's a little bit overkill. I have 450 accuracy because of Amius, the boss for Curse City. Okay, but ultimately, he is a damage dealer. 288 crit damage, so he's pretty powerful. He isn't a 4-star blessing, and I put him in Brimstone. He is fully booked, as well as I put crit damage for the mastery at the end here, flawless execution, and then master hexer to extend the decrease attack and the weaken that he places on the A2. Crit damage set, and then an accuracy set. So nothing crazy, just random sets there. Next person we've got going on is going to be, let's go with Seer next. So she's in Savage and then random set. And for her, she's got 194 speed, 321 crit damage, 3,300 on the attack, 346 on the accuracy. But for for Dragon, she is 206 speed, 354 accuracy. Yeah, so she's doing pretty good as well. Skills, fully booked. I put Crushing Rend, does more damage to the waves. And then I also have Flawless Execution on her. Okay. And then the next one, we got Renegade. So she's just as fast as you could get her possible. So 265 speed, no accuracy, a little bit of damage, nothing crazy. And then, yeah, just the speed is what you're aiming for her. You don't really care about her surviving against the boss. You want her to die as quickly as possible. She's at 277 speed with the Dragon Lair area bonus. And then she doesn't need to be 277. She can be 260 to 265 speed. That's fine. Just as long as she's a little bit faster than the boss in case you're trying to get another refresh when you set up at the boss. But it's not really necessary. Blessing, I don't even have it on her. I thought I did, but she's a 4-star Awakened champion. And you could throw any blessing on her. It doesn't really matter. And then masteries, here she is. For masteries, not complete. And then skills are fully booked. And then it's just random gear and 1 speed set. For Mithrala, you could throw her in. I'm not using Mithrala, but you could utilize her if you'd like. The other champion that I utilized... All right, so I took my Lydia out of the vault. Here she is. So Lydia is in a shield set. You can also put Renegade in a shield set if you don't want to put Lydia in a shield set. Up to you, because the speeds are pretty high. 259 speed for her, 460 accuracy. Although she doesn't need that high of accuracy, you're looking for about 300, 350. And for the Dragon's Lair area bonus, it makes her 271 speed, 469 accuracy. The HP and stuff doesn't even matter because you honestly would prefer to have her die at the end. It's not a big deal. You just want the buffs, additional buffs from the shield set for the waves. And then lastly is Status. So Status, I have him in regen, 1 speed piece, and then this HP gauntlet, which is one of the strongest HP gauntlets on my account, with a untouchable set. Triple speed is what we're looking for, as much speed as possible. Although you technically don't need Status to be this fast. You could do it with a 2-man at the end. Again, you can do it with Status and Mithrala, or you could do it with Newt and Status. Status can be slower. You make Newt just a little bit tankier, and you make him put the decrease attack so that the boss doesn't kill them right away. So Status is regen, and his stats are pretty high. 94,000 on the HP, 4,200 defense, 250 speed, 195 accuracy. Again, he doesn't necessarily need the accuracy, but I'm doing it for the waves. So for Dragon's Lair, he is 262 speed with the additional bonuses from area bonuses, and 203 accuracy, so he can land the stun on the second wave, so that hopefully if they do take a turn, they don't end up getting the poisons on our team from the Chagor and ultimately ruining the run. So masteries, he's not complete with masteries. However, I would consider going with War Master as well as Master Hexer and Spirit Haste for a little bit more speed. The more turns he takes, the more likely it is for him to survive, because he's going to keep on healing himself up before the boss gets another potential turn. So with the gear, you're looking for HP with HP percent on the Ascensions, defense percent with speed, speed with HP percent here on the boot for regen, HP percent, speed. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Speed, defense percent, speed, HP percent. So, and then here I got a HP with triple defense percent, which is nice. And then here HP with speed and defense. So like I said, you don't need accuracy on him to deflect the debuffs back onto the boss, but it is helpful during the waves. And then I would suggest going with Brimstone if you're just going to use him for PvE. As you saw, the Brimstone was doing big amounts of damage on the boss, and I have it on Newt as well as my Status here. So yeah, so that's going to be it. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Hopefully this helps you guys out if you do have STALTUS. And if you have any other suggestions on champions you'd like me to showcase for the future, I'd be happy to do so. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you on a video soon. Take care.